Nashville, we have a problem. It's a pretty big problem and it impacts pretty much everybody to some extent. The problem is that Nashville is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Everybody's moving here, and you would think that's a good thing, and it is a great thing, but here's the thing. In other big cities across the country, their housing inventory has increased lately, and Nashville's has not. Not only that, our inventory is down about 61% and our home prices are up 15%. So we had to have a huge influx of people moving to Nashville and not enough homes to go around for everybody. As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I help people move and relocate here to Nashville. I help them find an apartment when they're moving. I don't only help people who are initially looking for apartments, but a lot of times people reach out to me looking for homes, and I have some connections with some amazing realtors who, if it can be done, they will do it. But even that process is taking so long because there's not enough homes on the market. So property will go up for sale, and within 48 hours, there's already like 30, 40, 50 offers on the home. So even if you're lucky enough to find a home that you love, because our inventory is so low, you're not the only one putting an offer on it. And a lot of times these homes will be on the market for 48 hours and already have like 50, 60, 70 offers in on it. And a lot of people are having to go tour multiple homes, like 30, 40, 50 homes, and the process can take 6, 12 months, even longer. And every time they put in an offer, they get beat out by somebody because people are moving here, especially from places like New York and California where the prices are a lot higher. So they're putting in very high offers on these homes because you can get a lot more in Nashville and in the surrounding areas for the same price as those homes. And then add on to that, the buyers who have been looking for so long to find a home, they're starting to get a little desperate, and they're just throwing in above asking prices as well in their offers, which of course is going to drive the value of homes up even more. And they're skipping the inspections and acting on impulse. And when you look at all these things that are kind of formulating all at once, you can see why Nashville's got such a problem right now. And the problem is that we have so many people moving here, wanting to move here. We are having a hard time catching up to the housing requirements. We have a lot of new apartment complexes that are coming up, especially next year, but even brand new apartment complexes will lease up extremely fast. So we had a few of them this year, and they leased up so fast. The numbers are probably down a little bit, but earlier this year we were getting an average of 80 to 100 people moving to Nashville every single day. I believe it's around 70 to 80 people moving to Nashville every day now. And it really doesn't show any signs of slowing. We got a lot of companies coming to Nashville as well. We still have Amazon, Oracle, and more that are coming. Of course, that is gonna bring more people that are working for those companies to move here, which is gonna increase the demand. And as you guys know how pricing works, it's a supply and demand game. Our supply is not increasing fast enough to level out the demand. And Nashville is tied for the fastest selling homes in the country. And it's 14 days, they're selling 14 days faster than they were last year. And to give you an idea, the average amount of days that a home is staying on the market in Nashville is only 17 days with an average sale price of about $450,000. And to put that into perspective, the United States average is 38 days on the market, which is 22 days faster than last year and 23 days faster than pre-pandemic numbers. Now, I came across an article from the Murfreesboro Post that gives you an idea of the population and how fast it's growing. So we've had a growth rate of 20.9% from 2010 to 2020. We're the 36th largest metropolitan area in the country with nearly 2 million residents. Now, the recent census numbers showed the Metro Nashville population increased by 343,319 people to 1,989,519. Tennessee's population grew by 8.9% between 2010 and 2020, which is lower than the 11.5% and 16.7% increases during the previous two census counts. And 4 of the past 6 census counts have shown double-digit increases in Tennessee's population growth. And Nashville is not the only city that's affected by this. All of the surrounding areas of Nashville are affected as well. And on the screen, you can see the top 10 cities with the most expensive homes in the Nashville metro area, and they're all growing extremely fast. So what does all of this mean for people that are looking to move to Nashville? Whether you're looking to buy a house, you're moving from out of state, or you're local and you're looking to buy a house, should you wait until the housing market calms down, or should you buy thinking that it's going to increase? Now, obviously, nobody really knows for sure what is going to happen. There's a lot of different people saying different things. What I like to do is I like to look at everything as a whole, not only the housing market stats, but also our job market, our unemployment, and our economy as a whole. And in my opinion, now remember, this is my opinion, I highly suggest that you do your own research, because especially if this video was uploaded a long time before you're actually watching it. But in my opinion right now, I don't think that we're in a bubble. Yeah, the prices may go down, but you gotta look at, we got a lot of businesses that are moving to Nashville. That's gonna bring a lot of people moving, and it's going to get the economy going even more. Our inventory is down. When inventory does catch up, then prices will probably start to level out. And if demand ever goes down, meaning if less people are moving here, then that could affect the prices as well. We recently had a lumber shortage, which was a huge cause of new construction being so high in price, because lumber was a lot more than it normally was. Our unemployment is pretty low compared to places of relative size, and our job market is extremely strong. We're looking, I believe it's for over the next 10 years, we're looking to grow like 38% in our job market, and I think the average, don't quote me on this, but I think the average is like 22% or something like that. So our job market is strong, unemployment is low compared to other places of comparable size, and demand doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. Businesses coming to the city are going to bring more people and get the economy going even more. Really, I'd highly suggest that you do your own research, like I said, especially if you're watching this video a while after it was uploaded, because things can change. But in my opinion, I think that we're not in really a bubble. Now, that's not to say that the prices won't decrease over the next few years, but here's a good rule of thumb. So if you're looking to move to Nashville, or just looking to get somewhere to live, period, a good rule of thumb is if you're going to be there for 7 or more years, it's a good idea to buy. And if you're going to be there then less than 7 years, then it's going to be a good idea to rent, because you want to give yourself time to pay off some of the interest and build some equity in your home. And if you're not there for a long time, then all the closing costs and everything associated, all the costs associated with buying a home are going to start to really add up. And if you need that flexibility to be able to move, like if you really don't know where you're going to be in the next few years, it may not make sense to buy a home. It may make more sense to rent, because it may be actually cheaper in the long run. A lot of people like to look at renting like they're just throwing money down the drain, but that's not necessarily the case, because when you buy a home, you're paying the interest on it as well, and if you have to pay costs associated with the purchase of the home, like closing costs, commissions, stuff like that. But yeah, it really does kind of depend on your specific situation. It also depends on what's going on in the market at that time. Over the course of 7 years, you're going to give yourself a good amount of time to start to get some equity in your home. Also, to give it time to appreciate. 7 years is a long time. Anything can happen in a year. That's kind of short term. 7 years is kind of long term. And shorter than that, if you need that flexibility to be able to move, then it may be a better idea to rent. Then you don't have to worry about the costs associated with maintenance and repairs and the time that's associated with it. Then the down payment money, instead of spending that on a down payment for a home, you would have that and you could invest it in something that could give you a return, or use it for something else. It really does depend. So do your own research. I highly suggest you do your own research, or you can reach out to me. I would love to help you see what decision is going to be best for you. And you can call, text, email me anytime, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions about that. So speaking of that, I specialize in helping people move and relocate right here to Nashville. So whether you're looking for a home to buy or you're looking for an apartment, I specialize in helping people find apartments, but I have a lot of good connections with some of the best realtors that can really get the job done in Nashville. So whichever you're looking for, give me a call, text, email, days, nights, weekends. I'd love to help you in any way I can. And if you're still doing your research, then I highly suggest this video right here, which we talk about rent versus buying, and we really break it down. We go into the numbers into some hypothetical situations, and we break down the pros of renting, the cons of renting, the pros of buying, the cons of buying. And I think if you're trying to figure that out right now, even if that video is old, maybe not pay attention to the exact numbers we talk about, but the thinking and the philosophy of the video is going to help you a lot. So check that out, and until then, I will catch you later.